Welcome to AWS On Air. We are live at the Los Angeles Summit. We're here in the LA Convention Center, and this is one of our first segments of the day. I am Jasmine Kiles. I'm a manager of product management working with our AWS partners, and I'm joined here with my friends from AWS Marketplace. Welcome.
Hi, how are you doing?
Who are you?
Oh, well, I am Lasagna Scott. I'm the GM of Partner Integrations Engineering within AWS Marketplace and our partner services within our APO organization. So nice to meet everybody. I hope everybody's doing well out there.
Awesome.
And hey, everybody, I'm Michael Herger. I'm Principal Product Manager within AWS Partner Engineering, and I'm glad to be here today. I work on connectors within the engineering organization.
Awesome. Michael, I have to pick on you a little bit. Is this your first AWS On Air segment?
It is. Wow, this is great, but not Masanya's, so she's here ready to go. So am I, though.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Masanya is no stranger to AWS On Air.
No.
Our crew was touting it like, oh my gosh, we can't believe she's back. So, Michael, we are going to leave here with you having that same reputation.
Cha-ching.
Yes, nice.
Awesome. So, what is the AWS Marketplace?
AWS Marketplace is the curated experience for our customers to discover, procure, and manage products, software, data, and professional services for, that are optimized on AWS. We have over 15,000 third-party software offerings, as well as data and professional services listings in our marketplace. We also have 70 categories that we give that digital curated experience for people to buy things that they need and help scale their journey as they adopt cloud. Yeah.
15,000 is a large number,
Yes.
right? But we have a lot of customers, and they have a lot of solutions that they want to solve in the world, right?
Yes.
So
We give them the ability to search for broad selections and simplify that software purchasing and reduce costs and speed up that ability to innovate, right?
Okay.
So that's what I'm excited about that we offer to them.
Yeah.
So from that buyer perspective, we save time by 66%.
Okay.
In terms of procurement efficiencies. We also reduce by 10% licensing costs due to increased licensing flexibility. We give you different options to procure on our platform. And then from a partner or seller perspective, we have 75% reduction in onboarding efforts. So the goal of it is to make it easier for partners as vendors and sellers to provide our mutual customers offerings and suites of services that are important to our mutual customers. And scale.
that's right. Scale.
Yes. We got to scale and go fast. Let's go fast,
Exactly.
right?
And we can do it together with partners.
Yes.
As well as our marketplace sellers.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what you've been working on since reInvent. You know, it's already May, but it's been a busy year, and your orgs are just going and running fast.
We're going and running fast, y'all, but before I get started, if I don't say Gen AI, I'm going to get in trouble. But let me explain why I want to say that. So as we lean into these different offerings and services, people want to know, how can I get and procure services or products that help with our Gen AI journey, right?
Yep.
So in Marketplace, as of this month, we have over 365 Gen AI products and counting and going.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We have 3,000 plus ML models. And then what is Gen AI based on? Data.
Yes.
So we have over 35,000 data sets available through our data exchange. And so we're leaning in as AWS, as a part of our culture, as innovation progresses, Marketplace is the place to stop and look and see how we're taking advantage of those for our partners as well as our buyers out there. So I encourage everybody to go check out what we offer for Gen AI. Yeah. In addition to Gen AI, we just recently launched a feature where you can request a demo or a private offer for some of your SaaS listings. And what that does is it gives you the ability to, when you request a demo, you're initiating from a buyer perspective that engagement with the vendor of, hey, I want to learn more. But when you request that private offer, you said, I'm ready to move forward,
Oh,
right?
yes.
And you know what the difference is between a private offer and a public?
What is it?
Let's think about this. Public offering, you're buying a car, sticker price.
Okay.
All right? That private offer, who wants to pay the sticker price when you go to the dealership? Not me.
Okay.
That private offer is between that partner and that buyer negotiating that deal, forming that relationship
Yep.
so that they can provide the services or the products that they need and scale and move fast together.
Right.
So once that private offer is accepted, that service or product is implemented or available for that end user and that buyer in their organization to use.
Yeah.
So I love private offers.
Yes.
Right? Because we're making it more flexible. We're not just saying, hey, you got to pay the sticker price. We're saying we're going to make sure that you can buy how you need and when you need it, right?
Right, exactly.
We're also we support marketplace private catalogs and giving a curated experience.
Okay.
So we're aligning that to organizational units, giving you more flexibility of how you procure through marketplace and your accounts. And then through Partner Connector, which Michael Herger is the lead on, we've added a concept called future dated agreements.
Okay.
You know what future dated agreements is, y'all? Buy now, use later. So say you got some budget, right? And you're using a certain product and you want to go ahead and use that budget before you lose it at the end of the year.
Right.
Why don't you ask for that future dated agreement, right? So that you can go on, execute that, and so that you don't have to worry about that renewal for next year. You've already proactively done that.
Yep.
So I love that, and
Yeah,
Michael's going to demo
And there's
it.
also like some continuity there, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
if a buyer has an agreement in place and they don't want to wait until the very last minute, they can ask for a future dated agreement offer from the seller
Yeah.
way in advance.
Yeah.
Right.
And that provides enormous flexibility, just not only for the seller but for the buyer as well.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that is a great feature
Yeah.
that's being used quite a bit.
Yes. And we love our buyers because we're customer obsessed.
Right.
But since we're in the same org, we are partner obsessed too.
Oh, yes.
So
Our
we
partners
hear
and
that
sellers,
feedback, and in January we announced streamlining the listing fees,
Yes.
reducing it. Some people are like, "Are y'all crazy?" No, we're partner obsessed and we're customer obsessed.
Yeah.
So we streamlined and reduced our listing fees so that sellers could focus on innovating.
Right.
And buyers could focus on consuming that innovation.
Yeah, and that's part of the AWS culture, right? We've said
Exactly.
across AWS, we focus on these price reductions, right?
Yes,
Because we want
yes.
our customers and our partners to be able to focus on delivering and focus on the customers. We don't want you just here,
No.
consume. But how can we make this beneficial for you as well?
Yes.
So I love that we've done that for our partners.
Yes, so that's the biggest what's new in AWS Marketplace, and
Yes.
and I implore everybody to go out and explore. There'll be some information and links on how to lean in, talk to your account managers, talk to your partners, and say, hey, I want to procure with AWS because it's the right place to be. So I think we need to turn this over to show some stuff.
We do. It's our
Let's-
favorite time. We love to give demos.
I know we're in LA, but let's pretend like we're in Missouri and be on that show me state.
Okay, I like
All right,
it.
so turn it over to Michael.
Yes. So what's going to be really interesting here is to actually dive in and look at Marketplace. So right now I'm in Marketplace. I'm a buyer, and I'm looking for generative AI products. So one way I can search, I could just go up to the search bar, and I could look for generative AI, and I can find like a keyword search. But however, there's another way to go in. I can go in through categories. And so I could come in through categories and look under machine learning and find generative AI. And from there, right, I can find there's all of these listings that are associated. If I wanted to search for a particular publisher, I could look in this list. I could do show all, and I could put a search in. And I could search for generative AI products that way. But we also have sellers that provide professional services on generative AI. So if you look here, there's a little a filter. And so there are workshops that our sellers provide to buyers for generative AI ideation workshop. If I scroll down a little bit further here, there's more workshops. There's just different ways for a buyer to search for what they're looking for in AWS Marketplace. The other thing a buyer could do is they could go into solutions, and they could select generative AI in terms of solutions. And if you are a decision maker, you could select for decision makers, and we provide a lot of reports, a lot of research, blogs, et cetera, on generative AI.
Yeah.
And this is another way for you can look. So I'm going to scroll back up here, and let's assume that I'm looking for a particular SaaS product. Well, we have different SaaS products here that a buyer can look for, could search for, and just discover. It's all about discovery.
Right.
There's plenty of there for the buyer to find.
Yes.
It's just a matter of discovering it. Just get in, don't be shy, just get in and give it a go.
It's intuitive. You can ask for what it is that you want.
Yeah,
That's
and
right.
one thing I learned is that we also support our partners that have gone through our Gen AI competency program, right?
Yes.
So that these partners are leaned in with AWS and have met certain requirements, and we provide their offerings as well on the marketplace. So I love this.
Lasagna, you're giving away all the secrets, because little do we know, we have the generative AI competency team joining us this afternoon. So stay tuned for a deep dive on that.
Well, that's exactly right. And as you can see here, I selected Generative AI Competency Partner.
Yep.
And as you can see, there's a listing. Let me select on MongoDB here, just as an example. And Masani was talking about it earlier here. Marketplace is a way for the buyer to request a demo.
Yep.
There's a request a demo. If they want to request a private offer, they can select Request Private Offer, and they can enter their information. The seller will contact them.
Yeah.
Same thing with the demo. So it's one-stop shopping. Buyer can come here, they can find exactly what they need, and they can get the support they're looking for on their journey to build.
Yeah. So if you're
fantastic.
sitting there, if you're just thinking about the problem that you have, you're like, hey, I'm ready to go. I want to build with Gen AI. You come in here to the AWS Marketplace.
Yes.
You say what it is that you want to build. You can search for the partner or the solution that would fit your needs and go start having a conversation with them.
Absolutely. And so, so we've talked about the buyer, but we can't forget about that seller.
We can't forget
about that seller, and how we've made it easier for the seller as they're doing those transactions. Sellers use CRM, customer relationship management tools, such as Salesforce, right, to manage these different deals. So we said, you know what? We're going to take Marketplace out of the console and put it in Salesforce, right? So partners can download the Partner CRM Connector for Salesforce and manage and navigate these private offers and deals so that the partners can go. And it helps by moving it to where they do their sales and co-sale motions. It speeds up that transaction time so we can get that buyer active and moving. You get where I'm coming from? So now Michael's going to transition and show you how we help do that.
Yeah. Michael, I heard there might be a couple of APIs involved.
There are some APIs. So the AWS Partner CRM Connector, under the hood, relies upon Catalog API and is powered by Agreements API as well. So we've built this connector in the Salesforce App Exchange. It's available. It's a no-cost offering in the Salesforce App Exchange. And what I'll do here is I'm just going to navigate over to the Agreements tab here. And as you can see now, we talked about this future dated agreement offer and it providing the buyer enormous flexibility. I just want to hone in on this one agreement, what you're looking at here in Salesforce, in the Agreements tab, in the connector. You see this agreement end date right here ends. It started on the 22nd of May, and it ends June 30th. Well, maybe the buyer doesn't want to wait. Maybe the buyer doesn't want to wait until, I don't know, June 25th to ask for a private offer. They want to ask now. They don't want to get themselves into a position where that existing agreement expires. So what's great is the seller can create a private offer. So they can target a new offer starting at a future date. They can enter, I won't open these tabs, but they can enter products and buyer information, offer details. But I want to show here is that they could have this private offer, the start date, start on July 1st. And let's just say, for example, they want to move that out to June of 2025, June 30th, 2025. They would enter certain offer dimensions. If they wanted to put a flexible payment schedule in, if the buyer said, hey, look, I want to pay for this product in installments over the life of the contract. In this case, let's just say they want quarterly payments of $12 with a start date of July 15th and with an end date of June 15th, let's just say, of 2025.
Yeah. So there's a lot of flexibility and
A lot of
customization
flexibility.
on
Yeah.
a lot of different points in here, right?
Yeah.
And we're bringing it into one place so that it
Yeah.
is in Salesforce where the partner or the seller can go and say, okay, I want to spin this up, right? Instead
That's
of
right.
having to
Create
do this in a separate CRM and
Or
bringing it all together and piecing
doing that
all these
robot
things.
swivel chair.
Yeah.
Y'all, I keep talking about that robot thing, right? And then, so what we just showed was buy now, use later.
That's right.
Yeah.
So the seller can create this private offer, and the buyer can go in and accept it. And so what I do want to show is that there's a staged offer that I have in here.
Okay.
I want to quickly navigate over. I'm going to copy the offer URL link. I'm going to act as the buyer in the same account that I was in previously. Oh, I got to get my mouse here. Sorry.
We're live.
We are live.
They'll give you a
Yeah.
little time there.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's back over. I don't know what's going on here with my windows here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Masanya, so tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about, what would that experience look like for a partner to get connected and get set up with the CRM connector?
Okay, so they go in through phases, right?
Okay.
They have to configure AWS configurations,
Okay.
onboard to a different platform or program through whether they're using ACE or if they're using Marketplace.
Okay.
They'll go to Salesforce App Exchange. They'll download the connector, do the different configurations. They'll validate that they can talk to AWS, and then they'll start working.
Yeah.
Submitting private offers
Okay.
or ACE opportunities. And what we do is go through that process. Once the connection is made, then it just happens interoperably.
Yeah.
So they do have to do some configurations, but
Right.
yeah. So configure AWS, configure the settings in Salesforce, validate that the two can work, and then start just doing business
Yeah.
in your tool. And the beauty of having it in Salesforce is the fact that the reporting you're already doing to your chief revenue officer on, here go my opportunities, here go my sales,
Right.
and then now with different capabilities that we've launched thanks to our APIs, that offer ID that has been created, once it's accepted, can now be a link to that opportunity. So we're giving that end-to-end co-sale and sales motion
Right.
in Salesforce.
Yeah,
so
you're
that
able
the partner can just focus on selling
Right.
with AWS,
Yeah.
and the buyer can focus on getting what they need fast.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
it's hitting many points of that journey,
Yes.
right? Like,
Yes.
there are some of the things, right? What Michael was just showing us was,
Yes.
hey, if this person wants to bill quarterly or monthly, you're able to take that to finance and it's already written up.
Yes.
You don't have to re-communicate that out.
Yes.
You say, hey, here it is.
Yes.
And
That
so
is
really
exactly
just
right.
simplifying across the process.
Yep.
So I know we have a couple of blog posts about this
Yes.
where sellers can get started with it,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And we have the guides already written up. So we're not just going to say, hey, go do it. Go figure it out. Listen to everything that
Yes,
Masanya said today.
yes.
We have some of those resources already ready to go.
Yeah, and if a partner, if you need help, reach out to your PDM. They'll contact our partner core operations enablement teams,
Okay.
and we'll help you get started.
Yeah.
But the beauty of it, if you look at it, so we talked about both sides of the journey, right?
Right.
So let's go back to the buyer, because they are the ones that, if it wasn't a buyer, there wouldn't be a seller.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
So going back, just recapping, giving that experience to making it easier, providing flexible payment options, providing different a breadth of services that they need, from professional services to SaaS offerings to data sets,
Yeah.
machine learning, and of course, I'm going to end how I began. Gen AI,
Gen AI.
Gen AI, Gen AI. And it's important to know that what we're leaning to as technology excels and innovates and changes, Marketplace is right there providing the different products and services that you need to go with it.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about being in Marketplace.
Yeah. Michael, what are your parting words?
Well, in just a matter of minutes, after creating that private offer, if we can kind of come back here on screen, I've
They're
got
going to kick us out.
They're going to kick us
They're
out.
going to kick us out. Okay, well, the buyer can accept that private offer. We have activation day workshops to help partners to get started with the AWS Partner CRM Connector. We showcase a little bit today. If I see an early renewal, create the contract, confirm, buyer accepted the private offer, real easy.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
I love it. We've gone through the whole process
Yes.
of this and shown what it is.
Yes.
This has been an awesome session. Thank y'all so much. Check out the
Thank you.
AWS
Yes.
Marketplace.
Go
Just go
check
do
it
a
out.
quick search for AWS Marketplace. We'll drop some links here in the chat, and stay
Yes.
tuned. We'll be back with more from AWS On Air.